Hey, and welcome to your beginner guide to getting started with magic commands inside of ZimmWriter. Magic commands will always hold a very special place in my heart because that is the origin story of ZimmWriter. I wanted to build something that I could use AI anywhere on my desktop computer and anywhere online. And that is what a magic command allows you to do. But now ZimmWriter has morphed into a tool well beyond magic commands, but it all started from magic commands. So, what is a magic command? How does it work? And how can you apply it in your use case, your specific scenario? So, a magic command is simply a command or a question that we give to the AI and we get a response back. So, in a way, it's ChatGPT, but there are some striking differences. So, I'm in Notepad Plus right now, but again, you can type a magic command or access the AI anywhere. So, you can replace this with your favorite tool, whether it's Word or PowerPoint or Chrome or Edge or Firefox or LinkedIn or Google Docs or wherever you can type text, you can use a magic command. But we're just going to do this in Notepad right now. So what you do is you'll type a question or a command. So we're going to do a question first. I'll highlight the text. You got to highlight the text because what happens is you highlight the text, you press the keyboard trigger, and ZimmWriter will copy what you've highlighted, send it to OpenAI. OpenAI will respond, and then ZimmWriter will paste the result onto the screen. So we've highlighted the text. I'll press Control 1 because that's my default key for a magic command. ZimmWriter sent this to OpenAI. OpenAI has responded. ZimmWriter pasted the result on the screen. The sun is hot because of the nuclear fusion occurring in its core. Now, one big difference between this and ChatGPT is ZimmWriter only processes what you highlight. So if we come down here and say, write some more about this subject, and highlight it and press Control 1, the AI is going to have no idea what we're talking about because all we're feeding the AI is this right here. See, the AI has no idea. It says, however, I'm not sure which subject you're referring to. ChatGPT is different. All ChatGPT is essentially a giant magic command that's feeding the entire conversation up to a certain point back into the AI. Now, we can do that if we want. We can do that in ZimmWriter. So I can take all this text, highlight it, and press Control 1. And ZimmWriter will send this to the AI. The AI will understand that we want more about the subject of why is the sun hot, and then it will do that. But there comes to be a point that it's not economical. So I wouldn't necessarily ditch your ChatGPT subscription. Sometimes it is convenient to have that conversation with the AI. And obviously, it's either free or if you're paying for the plus, that $20 a month, it's very inexpensive. So there's a time and a place for magic commands. There's a time and a place for ChatGPT. So we've shown you how to use this question magic command. Let's do an actual command now. So write an outline for a blog post about the sun. So this would be more of a command. I'll highlight it. I'll press Control 1. We'll wait a moment. Now again, ZimmWriter is going to paste this result wherever your cursor is. So if we click somewhere else, ZimmWriter is not going to remember or not going to know that this is where we were originating. So if you click somewhere else, ZimmWriter won't paste here. You might be like, oh man, I just lost all my output. It might be stored in the clipboard somewhere. So I opened up a new little window. Let me press Control V. Yeah, and I still have my output saved in the clipboard. So just a usage tip in case you don't have any patience and you click somewhere else, you still might have your output. So here is our outline right here. Now, one thing I want to mention is there are bad prompts that you don't want to be using inside of ZimmWriter. I don't mean like unsafe prompts. I just mean like through my 3 years of prompt engineering, I've seen a lot of just, I would classify them as nasty prompts. They're like 3 paragraphs long. They just have too many directions. There's conflicting directions. The AI follows some of it, it doesn't follow all of it. Save that stuff for ChatGPT. Put that stuff in ChatGPT because it's going to get expensive since your prompts are very long and it's just not ideal for a magic command. A magic command is very useful for surgical, precise things that you're trying to do with the AI. It's also great, a magic command is also great for developing your prompts because your prompts won't be biased based on a previous conversation. Whereas if you try to develop a prompt inside of ChatGPT, it's going to be biased, the prompt that you're creating, based on the entire conversation before it. Even if you type one of those strings, forget everything above this line, and then do this. When you're in ChatGPT and you tell it to do something else, it doesn't really forget everything above the line. all of this is still being fed into the AI. So just realize sometimes you want to use ChatGPT, other times you want a surgical precision or AI anywhere, you're going to be wanting to use a magic command. Now, there are two different keyboard triggers, two additional keyboard triggers that we can use to continue writing and the rewriting. So let me show you how that works. So let's go back to what we had. Why is the sun hot? Awesome. To continue writing, I'll highlight the text and I'll press Control 2. And ZimmWriter will continue the conversation. Now, this is very useful if you're editing a document, you're in WordPress or something like that, and you just want to add a little bit more text to whatever you're writing about. This is perfect for that. It's very quick and easy. You can also rewrite the content. So let me take this and I'll duplicate it so you can see the original and the rewritten, and I'll highlight it and I'll press Control 4. And the rewriting, sometimes it gives you something completely different. I mean, it's still on point, but sometimes it just improves the grammar a little bit. So there's the original, and then there's the rewritten. The sun's hot because of nuclear fusion. The sun's hot because of nuclear fusion's happening in its core. Now, sometimes we don't want the original left in here, all right? Or sometimes when we run a magic command, we don't want the original command left in here or question left in here. See, it's left in here. Maybe we're on Facebook and we're writing a Facebook post or we're writing an email or something like that. And we don't want whatever we're highlighting, the command or the question left in here. So what you can do is you can go to the options menu in ZimmWriter and check this button or this checkbox right here. Don't display magic command and rewrite input on completion. So if we check that and we click save, what happens is when I now highlight this and press Control 1, this will be replaced with just our output. Now you can always go back and press Control Z, but there's use cases for that. I'm trying to give you all the different use cases. And then finally, all of these commands are issued by triggers. You can change those triggers in this change triggers window right here. So all the triggers start with Control right now, but we can vary that up. We can have them start with Control Alt or Control Shift, and then we can change up the actual numbers for them. We can put a letter in here or a number, just make sure that whatever you're putting in here, you're going to actually remember and use. The reason for the reason for changing these up is maybe you have a conflict. Maybe you have another program that already uses Control 3 or something like that. So that might be a use case for changing these up. So that's it. That's the beginner guide to using magic commands. I'm excited about the more advanced training that's going to come, where we're going to do a deeper dive into the advanced triggers. There is so much power in here. I can't wait to share it with you. So if this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up, drop a comment down below if you have any questions, subscribe to my channel, join the Facebook group if you can, and I will see you in the next video.